So I wanted to talk about Jahlil Okafor for a second, and feel free to call if you have an opinion about the Sixer big man. They suspended him, obviously, the team, for 2 games on Wednesday, so he sat out the Knicks game tonight. The Sixers lost to New York at the Garden. I told you, Porzingis had a big game, 17 and 10, another double-double. But this is a story about the release of a second video of his street fight in Boston that goes back a week or so. And so the guy that allegedly Okafor knocked out in Boston on the street fight claims that it was Okafor that knocked him out, and he's now threatening a massive lawsuit against him. He doesn't want anyone to know who he is, but his lawyer is a woman, and she's saying that he's a 27-year-old executive who lives in Boston. And he was knocked out flush during the brawl at the Storyville nightclub last week. And the video doesn't show, frankly, the second video that everybody's talking about, it doesn't show who knocked him out. But everyone there, witnesses there, are saying that it was Okafor. So, no video. That video does not show him knocking out this guy. The camera work is horrible. It was literally like the guy was on acid. He was running around and the camera was all over the place. Literally, I didn't know what I was looking at. In fact, I think I was looking at street and cars and no one really, and maybe 5 seconds of bodies, and then a 20-second clip of a guy laying out unconscious on the sidewalk. You can see that he's in the video. So they got him dead to rights for being there. So he was there. They got witnesses that said he was the one that hit him. So that's a problem for him. But that video does not show him knocking this guy out. So if the judge bases it on video evidence, it's not going to happen. If he bases it on witness testimony, first of all, who knows if that witness knows this guy and is backing his buddy to make some money. So obviously the victim's attorney says they're positive that it was Okafor, and the guy needed 10 stitches allegedly to close the gash on his eye after Okafor allegedly knocked him out. The woman, the lawyer, says a lawsuit is ready. They have not filed it yet, and that, quote, we're interested in resolving the matter prior to litigation. Should we be unable to reach an agreement with Okafor, civil litigation is the only available option, which is you're a bloodthirsty injury lawyer licking your chops at the prospects of suing a rich, new rookie in the NBA with a fat contract. They don't make that much money, but he's got more money than the guy that he knocked out, allegedly. La-di-da. Her client is experiencing alleged pain and embarrassment as a result of the fight. Oh, you're so embarrassed. You weren't too embarrassed to open up your big fat mouth and start arguing with the guy, were you? You weren't too, you had the big onions that night when you were drunk, I'm sure, talking smack to a 7-foot guy like you're some badass. You wanted to fight him, right? You had a big mouth then, but you got your ass knocked out, and now you want to get rich, right? I mean, that's exactly what this boils down to. A, you got a big mouth. You started arguing with him. You started razzing him. He beat your ass. He knocked you out, allegedly, and now you want to get rich. I think they'll do it to anyone that they can get their leeches on. I seriously think that people will start up with anyone when they're drunk. Well, listen, the video is pretty explicit in that I saw, Paulie, it's pretty obvious that all of Okafor's friends were trying desperately to drag him away and get him in the car. They were trying to get him to leave the scene immediately. They're like, let's go, let's go. They were in his face. They knew that he was in trouble the minute it started. They were dragging him to the car, and he couldn't get enough because he obviously has the onions when he drinks to get in a fist fight or a street brawl. That's exactly what happened. He got in a street brawl, and he shouldn't even be at a bar. He's 19, but he's an NBA player, so much for the law. No one cares about the law when you're a millionaire and you're an NBA player. You can go anywhere you want. They're going to let you in. They don't care how old you are. There isn't a bar in America, in my opinion, that would turn him away. Right, there's no one going to card him, and all the stories that were running early in the week about he had a fake ID, he said all that's bogus. But now, what's happened is this video that TMZ has shown, and I won't deny they do a great job of getting these stories and these videos. Some people don't like them, Shep hates them, it doesn't matter. They get them and they work. Their story got him in trouble. Their story, their video got him suspended for 2 games. Rarely wrong. I've always expressed that to Shep. Shep hates their guts. Meanwhile, you do. I mean, just say it. You do. You hate them. You think they're bogus journalism because they pay people, you believe they pay people for those videos. If someone videotapes a celebrity doing something stupid or heinous, they get their hands on that video. How do you think they get those videos? By their good looks? Or because they don't have good looks. I watched the show. They got a bunch of fat chicks on there, but they have great stories and great videos, and it's funny, and it is a great show. I won't deny I've watched that show for ever, and I know that kid in New York that is the reporter on that show. The one on, at nighttime that's in prime time at 6:30 every day on Fox that they air it here in New York. I know that kid, Adam, that's whatever his name is, that does the New York beat. He follows the celebrities when they come out of Sirius. That's where he nails 90% of them. He knows where they hang out, where they eat, where they go. He knows when they go to do Howard's show that they're coming out, and he can get them when they come out of the building. So my point is this. They got the video, and they're the ones that are getting him in trouble. If this video wasn't around, he wouldn't be in any trouble with some guy saying he beat him up. It's the video that's doing him in. And it's the same thing as Ray Rice. That video did him in. This video does not show Okafor beating that guy up. It may show Okafor in a street fight in some capacity or another, but it doesn't convict him of a video of beating this guy up. The witnesses, the testimony, the police are investigating, there could be charges, all that. That all bodes horribly for him. But the Sixers are saying it's hard love. There have been mistakes made. He owns it. And nobody's proud of this right now, and we're going to support him. He's ours, and we'll move on. They cannot afford to have a bad relationship, in my opinion, with Jahlil Okafor. I think he's a great player. I think he's obviously embarrassed by this. I think he's immature. I think he doesn't know how to, frankly, he's been on that Duke train, where he's been on the nice Duke bus and the nice Duke airplane, playing in the nice Duke holiday tournaments and NCAA tournaments, and being groomed by Coach K. Guess who isn't around anymore to babysit him? Coach K. Now he's in the NBA, working on his own time and dime, and he's too immature without Coach K around to handle himself in public, and he goes out and acts like an idiot, and he's hanging out in bars with the wrong people at the wrong hours, at the wrong place, at the wrong time, and he gets suckered into a fight by some idiot who I guarantee you was drunk, and look at what happens. Now you're sitting for 2 games. Now, I went to see this guy play in Miami, and I'm here to tell you he's a badass. He's a great player, great rebounder. He's got a great handle of the rock when he gets it in the block. He knows how to play the NBA game. He's going to be a star player, I think. I think he's going to be a big factor in Philly. But this whole thing is very embarrassing, and I want to know what fans think of it and what you think of, if he's ever going to grow from it, learn from it, or get better from it, or do anything stupid like this again. Call the show, 855-212-4227. I am so dehydrated right now. I literally was going to die right there. I had literally, my teeth were stuck to my lips and I had no moisture in my mouth, and I talked that way for upwards of 60 seconds with absolutely glue mouth.